Okay, we are live. Let me know if you can hear me. First of all, I've got a microphone on today. Try and clear up some of the audio, make it a bit more crisper for you. So, in today's video, we're going to talk about how you can sleep yourself slim. Okay, that's the idea, and that's the topic of today's video. So, hope you had a good weekend. This is the Health is Wealth show with me, Gavin. And this weekend was my birthday, well, my daughter's birthday. She was 10 years old on Friday, so we made a bit of a celebration of it. Went out for dinner, afternoon tea yesterday, and I had a little bit too much cake. So back on it now. So I had a good night's sleep last night, which is why I want to talk to you about your sleep. So if you're just hopping in here, make sure you say hello, let me know where you're from, and let me know how many hours of sleep you have on a standard night. So last night for me, I had about 7 hours sleep, so which is pretty normal for me. I tend to go to bed around sort of 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then get up around 5 or just after. This morning I had a bit of a lie-in, so I was up about 6. But yeah, that's pretty standard for me, and that's the way I like it. Okay. Now, how can you sleep yourself slim? Well, first off, we need to go back a step, because a lot of people out there, pretty much everybody in their 30s and 40s don't get enough sleep. Whenever I speak to clients or people I work with online, it's like, all right, how many hours do you sleep? And it's usually 6, sometimes 7, sometimes 8 if they're lucky, but more often than not it's below 7. And the problem with that is if you're getting too little sleep, then it has a real knock-on effect with your health. So first of all, on a superficial level, we have the next day. So let's say you only get 4 or 5 hours sleep. The next day, you have no energy, you crave sugary foods, carbs, all those sorts of things. If someone puts a cake in front of me when I've only had 4 or 5 hours sleep, I'm going to eat the cake. There's no doubt about it. So just getting enough sleep can help you with your diet. So it's a chain reaction in terms of your appetite and when working out as well. So if you've had only 4 or 5 hours sleep, and especially if it's continuous, if this is something you've been doing on and off for years, 10, 20 years. You get a lot of people out there and say, oh, I'm fine on 6. I can do well on 6. But the case is, are you really okay on 6? Maybe you used to be, but that accumulative effect over the years has a knock-on impact in terms of your diet, your health, how many workouts you do, how hard you work out, if you work out at all, and what's really happening with your diet. As I said, if someone puts a cake in front of me, I'm going to eat the cake, no doubt about it. So snacking, things like that. When you're struggling with your diet and your willpower is no good, have a look at how much sleep you've had as well. Did you get a good night's sleep, or were you watching Netflix till 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, watching the next box set, whatever? So that's on the superficial level. On a deeper level, we have our hormones. So if you're not getting enough sleep, especially for a couple of nights here and there, that's fine. That happens to all of us. But if you're constantly getting less than 7 hours sleep, you're going to affect your hormones. So if you're trying to lose a lot, you're going to really struggle. Okay, it's been proven that people who get less sleep are more likely to be overweight and more likely to be obese. So when we look at your hormones, we have cortisol, we have melatonin, growth hormone, insulin, and the big one there is really cortisol, because when you're stressed, through kids, work, family, all those sorts of things where people are just doing you nothing. But there's also another side to that. So not being able to sleep, not giving your body enough time to recover. So not enough sleep. So that is a stress as well. And too much stress equals more cortisol. And that is going to put the padlock on your belly fat. So if you're trying to diet, you're trying to exercise, but you're high stressed and not getting enough sleep, it makes it very, very difficult to lose belly fat. And then you have the other hormones in place as well. So melatonin allows us to go into a deeper sleep. And if you're stressed, melatonin is not going to be optimized. Growth hormone is going to drop down, growth hormone is your youth hormone. It obviously helps you look younger, but it also helps you burn more fat. And when growth hormone's down, insulin shoots up, which makes it easier to store fat. So all these things have a knock-on impact, and it's really something that you should focus on to try and get to better sleep. So over the next week, I'm going to challenge you. Okay, so this is something I do with many of my clients, the rule of 1. So I give you one habit to try and change. Okay, so this one habit for this week, since it's Monday, great time to get on it. So let's see if we can get some better sleep. So ways you can do this, something that I do, I set myself a cut-off time in the evening. So by 9 o'clock, I'm already starting to wind down. 9:30, I'm getting myself upstairs usually, and then 10 o'clock, I'm actually in bed. So it's that kind of nighttime ritual. A lot of people talk about morning rituals, getting into a good frame of mind. So a nighttime ritual can help just as much as a morning ritual. So getting yourself to bed at the right time, so that you've got 7 hours in the bag. So you count forward. So whenever you need to be up, let's say you start work 8 o'clock, you have a couple of hours getting ready, so you can figure out when you need to be up and count that 7 hours back, and then you can know what you have to do in terms of going to sleep at night. Okay, what else have we got? I mean, I think a big problem is we have, a lot of us have, my wife in particular, Mrs. W, has a teenager mindset when it comes to bed. If it's before 10 o'clock, it is children's bedtime in her eyes, and I've gotten out of that. I'm in my 40s now, and it's like, right, if I want to get up early tomorrow, I need to get to bed at a decent time. If I want to do a workout, if I want to eat well, if I don't want to be tired, I've got to get myself some good sleep. So getting out of that mindset of being a teenager, though, you have to go to bed late. Too many people do that. Next thing you can do is a dark room, making sure your room is pitch black. If you struggle to do that, then an eye mask. Speaking of an eye mask, you can also have earplugs, block out any noises, things like that, snoring, your spouse, anything like that. A cold room really helps. What else? A food cut-off time. So more recently, I would say, from around 7 o'clock in the evening, sometimes earlier, I will make sure that is my last bite of food, if I have eaten at that time. So I make sure that's a cut-off point for my food. So it allows my body to digest the food, and then when I'm going to sleep, that's it. It's just easier to get to sleep. And then finally, making sure you don't take any devices with you to bed. This is a really bad habit that people have, is going to bed with their phone or their tablet. So making sure that they are left downstairs or left away from the bedroom, so that you don't have those electronic signals initially. But probably a bigger problem is that people, checking Facebook, playing on a game or whatever, and that often leads further into the night, and you're not getting the right amount of sleep that you should. So leave your devices out of the bedroom. Don't be tempted to take them in, and watch, flick through Facebook and all those sorts of things that we all do. So get out of the bedroom. That's going to definitely help. And if you struggle to get to sleep, reading a book. So some in fiction. I used to read a lot of business books and biographies and things like that, but I found that it made my mind think too much, and I'd go to bed or try and go to sleep. I'd be buzzing, my head's all over the place. So a fictional book definitely helps. So something that you can read through a few pages and then just nod off. That massively helps. So they're just a few tips that you can try. And but yeah, rule of one. Okay, change one habit, and this week for you, it's going to be trying to get more sleep. Okay, so making sure you get that 7 to 8 hours sleep. Okay, every night. If you have to, get a habit tracker, put it in your diary. So 7 hours. Plan this, making sure that you're in bed at a certain time. When you've got to get up. So plan it all out, but focus on that for this week, and then watch how that impacts your energy the next day, your diet, and you'll see these little changes, and you'll feel better for it. That's the idea, okay? Speaking of challenges, I have a 5-day challenge coming up on Monday, the 6th of September. So watch out for that. If you want to flatten your belly permanently without any crazy diets or killer workout routines, and perhaps you've been struggling to find something that's sustainable, you want to make sure that you come and join me for this challenge. It's 5 days, it's completely free, and I'm looking for women over 40, because this is what I'm aiming at. Most of the people that follow me are women over 40. And so I'm looking to help you out and do a bit of a freebie for you, kind of give back and see if we can help put you on the straight and narrow. So just when the kids go back to school, pretty much. So Monday the 6th of September, around that time, depending where you live. So 5 days, I'm going to give you a task every day to focus on and see if we can get you on the straight and narrow and give you something that's more sustainable, give you some sort of framework to work from, that you can keep going with this health and fitness stuff. And rather than it be, a fad diet here and there, 2-3 weeks of motivation, then drops off again for another few months, then back on it again. So making sure that you're on the ball consistently and have that discipline to go forward and not beat yourself up when you fall off your diet and things like that, okay? So that's a 5-day challenge coming on Monday the 6th of September. I'll pop that in the links below, but also if you have any questions, pop them down below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're just watching this now, make sure you pop a hashtag replay on there so I know you've watched this and I can say hello. And otherwise, have a great day. Enjoy your week, and I will speak to you soon. All right, take care for now.